Hey, how's it going, everyone? Apollo is here. He's the newest character in Deadlock, the last one to be voted in, but certainly not the least. Here he is, Apollo, in all his greatness. So I really quick wanted to make this video and go over his abilities, kind of what he does, and and his like default build and stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. First, I want to kind of show off his animation since I've been doing that for the other characters. So here's his roll, or his dash, and then his roll. We'll go ahead and turn on fast stamina. You can see his jump dash. And then his attack is really cool. He has a sword, but it also has a projectile that goes out. It has really cool lighting effects with it. So that's pretty cool. And yeah. Here's his parry animation. There's his light melee. So he has two light melee, kind of with his sword and then with his hand. And his heavy melee is like this. So it's kind of just a generic kick. I think it's copied from, I think Mina has the same kick, or there's a couple characters, but hopefully we'll get customized animation soon. Here's a zipline animation, kind of just grabs onto that. Not as cool as Celeste in the animation department, but that's okay. His abilities are pretty cool, so we'll go ahead and start looking into those. So first, what does his one do? We'll go ahead and look at it first before we read it. That's what it looks like. Looks really cool. All right, and here's what it does. So disengaging sigil. Draw a sigil sphere in front of you and leap backwards as it explodes, damaging and slowing enemies caught in it. It does 133 damage by default, negative 30% move speed. Slow duration is 4 seconds and 6.5 meter radius. As you can see, some of the upgrades on it: 30 damage, plus 20% fire rate, and 50% bullet speed for 10 seconds. That's pretty cool. And then on player hit, plus 2 stamina restored, and resets air, jumps, and dash limits, which is pretty cool. So one thing I've noticed with this too is if you, let's say you're already in the air and you attack, you still have your jump afterward, so you can still jump as long as you haven't jumped beforehand. If you jump beforehand, you can't jump again. But if you haven't and you're just like in the air, you still have your jump and you still have your dashes and everything. So that's pretty cool. And then obviously if you upgrade it, then even if you jump, you can jump again. So that's something to keep in mind with that first ability. Now the second ability, prepare to deflect the next incoming attack. On successful deflection, briefly become invulnerable, performing a dash forward that stuns an enemy and reduces their bullet resistance. So quite a lot there, and as you can see, the upgrades: negative 7 cooldown, negative 15% bullet resistance, and increasing the stun duration. So this one's pretty cool. If we go ahead and use it, you won't see much happening, but then if we go in here with our little test dummy, you can use it on melees as well, and you'll see he's stunned for a duration, and you also dash forward.
I almost feel sorry for them.
The dash seems a little wonky if you dash into them, but you can dash out, and you can turn and dash, which is pretty interesting. I think that's going to be actually pretty cool if you just like parry an attack like that, and then just like get out of there if you need to run away or something. All right, let's look at his third ability, Flawless Advance. Perform a series of lunges in a new direction, delivering piercing stabs ahead of you. Hold your ability key to time your attacks, dealing more damage the longer it's held. Releasing your attack during the perfect window deals maximum damage. Press 3 to recast. As you can see, it all scales with Spirit. Then we have a couple upgrades as well. Perfect hit on hero, heal 35. Negative 10-second cooldown and increased lunge speed. And the last one, plus 75 perfect damage, increased spirit scaling, and increased lunge attack dash distance. So let's see what it looks like with no upgrades. So that's if you just press 3 down. Now let's go ahead and, I want to wait for it real quick. Let's go ahead and look at the perfect window. So if you hold it for a bit, you see that little bar, and you get that each time, and you'll get the little green circle if you do it at the right time. All right, and you have full control when you're in it, so you can do like that, and you can even jump a bit. You have plenty of time for the recast on this, so you can chase and then use those 3 lunges. One note is this isn't charged ability. This just appears to be lunges, so you can't, use extra charge or something to increase this. And the last ability, his ult, I won't pretend to know how to pronounce that, but charge up and perform a long range slash. Struck enemies are cursed and stuck in slow motion. When this effect expires, they suffer devastating damage, dealing bonus damage against half health enemies. And then it also says, while in slow motion, Apollo is invulnerable and enemies take reduced damage, and does 250 damage by default, plus 60% bonus damage. And you'll see the upgrades are pretty cool. So at the second one, negative 40-second reduced cooldown, and then the last one is plus 40% bonus damage. All right, so let's go ahead and see what the ult looks like so we can go ahead and use it here. So this is if you don't hold it down. Looks actually pretty cool. Very cool animation there. And then you can also hold it down, so you can press hold 4, or you can also left click with your mouse and just move around. You can hold it as long as you want, it seems like. So you can actually dash straight into the air with this too, which I found pretty cool. And you dash actually really high, so I feel like this is going to be pretty fun against like a Gray Talon or Vindicta. You could just like do bolts and then get them in the sky, and as long as they're semi-close, you're going to hit them and definitely do a lot of damage. And as you can see from all the abilities we've gone over, they're all spirit based and they all scale with spirit. So I think that's very interesting. Some of them have really good scaling too, like 1.8 on the delayed damage, 1.6 here on the perfect hold damage. So he seems to scale pretty decent, but I guess we'll see if that is really the case in the games or not. As for his default build, here is the build. As you can imagine, lots of spirit items and a couple green items, movement items and stuff that you would expect. But obviously you're going to be wanting to build a lot of spirit items because all his damage is spirit. And I think we've been seeing this more and more with the new characters is Valve is going in a direction where characters are more focused on one thing or another. So for Apollo, it's spirit, similar to how Celeste was all spirit abilities as well. But yeah, that's going to be it for my video on Apollo. Just wanted to make a quick video on an overview for his abilities and what he does. I think I'm going to also make a new video on what I think of the new characters in general and the way Valve is going and the direction they're going with all the new heroes and my thoughts on everything. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day and good luck in your games. Peace.